Hello and welcome. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today it's another grocery discovery. Today we're going to look at how we can correct any mistake in our cooking with these 5 kitchen hacks. You need to know this. We all need to know this. I love to cook, but so many times it's too salty or too sweet or too hot or too harsh. How do we fix these recipes? Well, the answers are in the grocery store. And if you have these ingredients on hand, you can always fix any recipe that we messed up. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how these hacks actually help improve brain function. That's a huge topic right now with my clients and those in the inner circle, because there's kind of a lot going on in our brains right now between the stress, the anxiety, and other issues. So please stay tuned to the end. And don't forget, it's my joy and honor to serve you God's recipe for excellent health. And that includes what we're talking about today, how to be confident in the kitchen. I want you to cook healthy, but I want you to know how to save a recipe if it gets messed up. And don't feed it to the dog, we can fix it. Second of all, I want you to be confident in your health. And the foods that God has given us, the foods that He called good back in Genesis, make a difference in your cells. I call it the cellular celebration. And number 3, but most important, is to be confident in understanding how much God loves you. He loves you with an everlasting love. He loved you from the moment of conception. That's how important you are to Him. You matter to Him, and I'm excited to join you on this biblical nutrition journey. Let's go inside and check out these 5 hacks on how to correct any recipe. Remember, don't give it to the dog. Now, the first hack is this: if you made your recipe too sweet for even the sweetest lovers, then we need to add an acid. Now remember, stay to the end when I share with you why this is important for your brain. So here we have lemons, limes, oranges. A splash of these, just a juice of these, in your recipe is going to cut down on that being too sweet. It's going to balance it. Now, if it's too sour, we need to add maple syrup. So just 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 a teaspoon is all we need. We just want to take it from being too sour to being delicious. Now, if it's too salty, we come back to the lemon juice. A squeeze of lemon juice is going to erase the salt taste, but it's not going to overpower your flavor. Now, if it's too bland, then we need to add either another splash of lemon, a little bit of a splash of lime, or perhaps even some vinegar, some apple cider vinegar, just a splash of it, not too much, and it will take away that bland flavor. So instead of searching through your spice cabinet or the spice aisle in the grocery store thinking, what is the spice I'm missing? Really just add a splash of an acid or a vinegar. And then we're back to the maple syrup. If your recipe is just tasting too harsh and you need to just blend that out a little bit better, well, honey, local honey or maple syrup is going to do that. It actually harmonizes the flavor. And that's just a great sensitivity to your brain. So it's definitely a good way to fix a recipe. Now let's talk about the brain boosting power of these foods I've just recommended. These citrus foods actually help to improve digestion, and they help to improve the mineral content in your food to get absorbed. And that is what's going to boost your brain health. So look for the citrus foods that I just mentioned. Find them in your grocery store, add them to your list every single week. Add a splash of it on your food, your salad, your meat, your any recipe, any casserole, any soup, and it will totally be brain boosting foods. Salt is going to help balance potassium, and it's going to improve your cellular metabolism and increase energy. So 3 reasons why we do need salt in our diet. And this is a brand I love. I buy it, and then I buy these bottles one time, and then I just keep refilling it. And that keeps it good on my shelf, and I always have it ready to go. Now, our third brain hack for today is when we add a sweetener like 1/4 of a teaspoon, 1/8 of a teaspoon to a recipe, it actually helps to improve the pleasure sensitivity in our brain. So it doesn't take very much. We don't need to overstimulate it like a lot of the processed foods do. We just need just a little bit, and our brain says, I like this, I have a sense of pleasure, and it also harmonizes the flavor in your recipe. But remember, it's not very much. You could also use local honey as well. I just gathered my local honey for the year, and I'm so excited to have that stocked up. So these are really good for your brain as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed these recipe hacks that you can now fix any recipe that you've messed up. And these are notes that I'm going to have to write down and put somewhere in the front of my cookbook so I always have them and know how to fix a recipe. Keeping lemons, limes, salt, and maple syrup or honey on hand all the time, and you can fix anything. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please put the like down below. Share this with your friends so we can continue sharing with people around the world how much God loves them. And we can share it from the kitchen. Thanks for watching.